Most of us indulge in greasy, rich foods at one time or another, and those could be enough to trigger indigestion for many, definitely for me. But for those with persistent digestive issues, such as exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, Memorial Day weekend may be another opportunity to check in on your health, which happens to align with World Digestive Health Day. Dr. Roshini Raj, board-certified gastroenterologist, is here to tell us when that tummy ache may not be the result of indulging in too much summer barbecue, and when it's time to actually see a doctor. Good morning, Dr. Raj.
Good morning.
It's great to have you on. So first of all, let's hit on something called EPI, which many people may not know what that stands for. Can you tell us what it is?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm so happy to be here and tell you about EPI. It stands for exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, and that's a condition where your pancreas is not producing enough digestive enzymes to help you properly digest your food. The result could be symptoms such as bloating, abdominal pain, diarrhea, or even unexplained weight loss. And you can probably tell many of these symptoms are similar to symptoms of other GI conditions. So it's really important to speak to your doctor if you are experiencing these symptoms on a recurrent or frequent basis, so they can get to the bottom of the matter and figure out what the correct diagnosis is to give you the proper treatment.
Well, and we've all experienced some discomfort at one time or another, like I said at the top, but what do we know? When do we know it's more serious, and who's at risk of EPI?
Sure. So in terms of who's at risk, it has been associated with certain conditions like cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, which is a chronic inflammation of the pancreas, or people who've had pancreatic surgery. And when do you know when it's time to go to the doctor? Well, just as you said, that occasional once in a while indigestion is something that's very common. But if you're really paying attention to your body and keeping track of how often are you getting these symptoms, if it is more frequent, if it's happening more than just once in a while, if it's recurrent, if it's chronic, if it's affecting your life, that's a time where you need to see a doctor. And you know, if you're not sure about the symptoms, you can go to identifyepi.com, which has a lot more comprehensive information about it. But basically, we were talking about bloating, abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss. These are reasons to see your doctor if they're happening on a recurrent basis.
Well, and that website seems like a great resource for that. You know, we are getting to the time when we're going to be going to a lot of get-togethers. There's going to be a lot of food, a lot of temptation. How can people sort of, whether they have EPI or not, manage their digestive discomfort through this?
Yeah, well, temptation is definitely the word during these summer barbecues and all these great, rich, heavy foods. So one way to resist temptation is to have a healthy snack or a healthy light meal before you go to an event such as that. That way you're not showing up starving and having, you know, it's so much harder to exercise good judgment when you're really hungry. So have a healthy snack at home before you go. Another tip is speak to the host or hostess about the meal prior to the event. That way they know if you have any dietary intolerances or restrictions or concerns. Either they can prepare for it by preparing a different dish for you, or you can bring your own food so that you know you'll have at least something there to eat that does agree with your system and you're not stuck with just unhealthy choices across the board. And then lastly, it's really about listening to your body and the signals that your body's telling you. Pay attention, keep track to these symptoms. You may originally think it's just once in a while, but when you start paying attention, it is more frequent. And like I said, things that are happening more frequently, affecting your life, do deserve an investigation from your doctor.
Well, certainly, and we've all been there. We've been starving when we show up to a party. We eat way too much, and then we're sort of out for the rest of it because we're just rolling around like a big ball of food. So if people want to learn a little bit more about this condition and get some more resources, where can they go?
They should go to identifyepi.com.
Very good. Dr. Roshini Raj, thank you for all these very helpful tips.
Thanks so much.
All right. Guys, stay right where you are. We'll be right back.